and I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Hey! All right, it is Queens with Herpes once again.
Blankets are back.
Blanket Chronicles. So with that being said, guys, I'm happy to be back. If you have not watched our last videos on herpes, celibacy, dating, single, and dating, you're missing out. These videos are really good. We're speaking from a Christian perspective of living with herpes, number one, but also being celibate, single, dating, trying to do this thing the way that God wants us to do it, and telling the reality in it. This thing is really difficult. We are really being crucified, especially the women and men who are standing up and talking about it of different ways to go about dating. They're making it they get crucified for it, and I feel so bad. Truth be told, I feel bad when we see our brothers and sisters in Christ trying to share. I can wipe it off. Share that. Share the way to do this, and then people are like, nah, that's not how you should do it. You should just don't do anything. But it's time to talk about it, especially for our generation. We're really we need to talk. We need to stop.
Honestly, I'm proud of our generation. People don't realize how many of us are actually living this thing out and doing it. There are I didn't know how many people were actually living like at our age. Like I'm 25.
I'm 28.
And people my age and younger in our generation who are like living out loud for Christ and being celibate, really doing dating relationships and stuff God's way, and who are doing it and like not ashamed. And I didn't realize how many people were doing it until I got into it and started looking for it. And then I was like, oh, snap.
And why were you looking for it?
Why was I looking for it? Because I had decided to do it.
So you were looking for accountability?
I was looking. It wasn't even accountability I was looking for.
At that moment?
At the moment, I just wanted to feel like I wasn't by myself.
Same thing for herpes. We don't want to feel alone.
Yeah, so I was looking for support.
Yeah.
I was looking for I didn't really want the accountability part of it because then I felt like people was going to try to tell me what to do. Yeah. And I think that's an issue that we all have, just in general in life. People don't want accountability because they don't want nobody telling them what they shouldn't be doing and what they should be doing.
You need it, though.
But it's necessary. And
but you gotta be careful.
You have to be careful. Picking your accountability is very vital to your success, because if you're choosing people who are judgmental, or
just because they're your friend,
just because somebody is your friend does not make them a good accountability partner. For example, I got some friends who do not agree with celibacy, who thought I was buku crazy when I decided to do it, and they had
I wasn't doing it.
Everything negative in the world to say.
Well, I was married,
and weren't supportive of it, and trying to have a conversation with them about my struggles with celibacy. We're like, oh, boo-hoo, life is so hard, you're not having sex. Yes, life is very difficult not having sex. Life is actually kind of harder than yours right now. At least you're getting something. You're relieving your stress. Like, that is not the kind of accountability partner that you want.
You can't. That's not accountability partner. That's person that's going to set you up.
That's going to set you
and
up.
And y'all not equally yoked.
That's not. I'm about to say, honestly, celibacy, and a lot of people don't tell you this, is going to weed some people out of your life.
Oh, quick.
Friends included, and it's necessary because if you can't, and some friends I weeded out and they came back after they found respect for it, and then people are just gone. But I had to get to a place where if you couldn't respect what I'm trying to do, then this isn't a good fit for me. Relationships are supposed to take you somewhere. It's a ship. It's a destination. So whether it be, a dating relationship is a ship to marriage. Your friendships should take you to your goals or whatever, even family, anything like that. And if you're not doing that, then what are you here for? So for me, I had to get rid of some friendships, and be very choosy about who I let to be my accountability partner. Even people who were celibate, I still have to be careful with.
Oh man, they'll set you up too.
Because everybody has their way of doing things. And some people, it's like, if you don't do it my way, you're doing it wrong. And they will actually, especially people who are I guess people like to call it overly religious.
Or people who did it longer than you. Sometimes they think they have been doing it for a long time. Their way is
right. And it may not necessarily be intentional. Sometimes people just get to a place where they've done something for so long, but they forget. Sometimes
You get self-righteous,
You
too.
get self-righteous, too. And you start feeling like you're better
Mm-hmm.
because you're doing it. You forget that you was here, too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one place I never want to be.
But you got to be someone who's willing to always address themselves and also stay transparent. Mm-hmm. And I think the thing about it is, even though I was married, I still watched Crystal the whole time. And when I ended up getting out of my marriage, I was like, do I want to do the celibacy thing? But I watched her. And I feel like if she's going to fall, we and her in the same situation. We dealt with the same things. Yes, she went a different path from mine, but we still had the same mindset. If she can hold, I can hold. And I feel like sometimes you got to watch your accountability partner. Are they accountable for themselves? Because if you're not accountable for yourself, how you going to watch me? Yeah. And I'm starting the game. I'm just beginning. You know I'm going to bust my head. And the question is that person willing to even check you? Is your accountability willing to check you? And do they do it with love? Yeah. And not judgment. Crystal, I have that problem with Crystal. Like, I haven't had so many bad experiences with accountability partners. But when you're associated with something like this, you don't, if you know, in the event that you fall or even are like, hey, I'm struggling in this area with anything, you don't want somebody to be like, well, you shouldn't have did this and you shouldn't be thinking like that and oh my gosh, I can't believe you, that doesn't help. It makes it worse. Crystal was helping. Crystal was sitting here and dressed me. And then they didn't. She helped me go on a date. I already knew, like, what do you got on? She said, okay, look, you're going to wear something but not wear that. Or not even that, but a good accountability partner is somebody who doesn't try to force you into doing things. Because one of the things, like, for example, me and you, before you decided to be celibate, even after you decided to be celibate, it wasn't a you have to do it type of thing. I'm like, dude, you're grown. She never brung it up, guys. The thing about it is, what I love is she said, you're accountable for yourself. You made a decision. You know what you shouldn't be doing. I'm not about to remind you what you shouldn't be doing. But I am going to be your friend and be like, I'm gonna let you she'll give me the eye like, okay. Like, perfect example, she was getting ready for a date, and she came out, and I was like, a leotard? You're going to wear a whole bodysuit for real? So then I started asking her questions. Like, I'm not going to tell you what to do. She's like, so what are your plans? Like, what are you going to do? Like, what are your intentions for tonight? She was like, I'm changing. I just wanted to know. I didn't mean anything by it. And she didn't, but I knew what she was saying. My whole thing is, it's all about... Are you setting yourself up? Most of us do. When we go out the house as women and we're going on a date and you know you want to do something, you make sure you take the longest bath. You shave your legs. you shave your girl. You make sure you got the best underwear and bra on. The best perfume you can find. Right. And you mix your oil with your lotion. You do all kind of crazy stuff that you don't do on a regular day. You take a little bag with you to prepare. Okay? You let me go freshen up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Let me get in there for 30 minutes. I just came out. I was like, your purse looks heavy. What's in there? People be stuffing extra panties and stuff. Extra panties, sleeping clothes, stuff like that. So my whole thing is, ladies, stop acting like we don't be intentional. We are very intentional. We are planners. We plan things out. My whole thing is the same thing that you plan to do it, you got to plan not to do it. And you got to put yourself in a situation and have somebody who's going to tell you, I got your back. And whatever you do, just know I love you and I'm going to help you with it anyway. Because I came home. She called me in the morning like, all right, okay, are you coming home? And literally, we were about to do it again. And I was like, I got to go. I got it. She was babysitting. So she's like, I got to go. I didn't even have nowhere to go. I was just like, I got to be somewhere at 8. I knew she didn't have to be nowhere, but I needed to go. But I knew her. I knew she needed to leave. I was like, I know what you're doing. But he was so angry. Holy Spirit was like, he was angry. Even like when you went out and you weren't doing anything, Holy Spirit was like, text her. Oh, I was on my way home anyway. I was like, it's getting late. He's like, I know. I was about to call you on my way home. I was on my way home, but he was trying me because he came out literally. This is what the other situation. Happening. Because he tried to set me up. Okay, at this time, he had the basketball shorts, but I didn't trip about that. By then, I was a little bit stronger. Okay, I was stronger, but he's an athlete. But that being said, he plays football. So with that being said, I was just like, okay. He was sitting on one side of the couch. I was sitting on one. We were sitting each other. I did the whole glaze, like, and he looked at me. I looked at him. I was like, So I turned my head, whatever. He went to go take a shower. I didn't trip about that. I said, I told him, you need to take a shower. Like, you play football all day. And we had been together since football. Like, before the football game, during the football game, we ate dinner. You didn't have time. Go. Thank God he didn't stay. It was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, wow, okay. But and he played, okay? He's a player. So, he went to the bathroom, did whatever he did. He came out. I swear to God, first it was like a seep under the door cologne. Right. I swear it was like a snake. It was like I'm coming for, and it hit me. I was like, "Whoa, what is that?" And I said it out loud, not meaning to say it out loud, but I was like, "What do you have on?" What? He was like, "I know I smell good, don't I?" I said, "Boy,
get away from me.
Stop it.
Go wash it off."
I said, "What is your problem?" And he came, and literally, I want to show y'all what he did. He did this over. I said, "No." Absolutely not. You're not going to get me today. You're not going to get me today. And I literally, I had put my hand, and I almost put my foot in his chest. I was like, "Wait, you get off of me. We're not doing this. I can't do this." And literally, he was like, "Okay, she is really serious about this celibacy." And my whole thing, I'm pretty good with we can hang out and things like that. It's just a boundary. Then he sat next to me, and as close as me and Crystal sitting, his leg was touching mine. I said, "Can you please move?" I said, "You are absolutely too close." And he was like, "She tripping."
Yeah.
Like, and I can tell because now he changed the TV and we watch it because he loves sports, so he watching football, basketball. And he was like, "Well, let me watch something I know you may want to watch." We watched another darn movie and it dealt with a football player. But I was like, "You can't get away with extra passion." So we're watching the movie. He get on his side and he had a blanket. I said, "Oh no, I got my own."
Y'all don't share blankets and set up.
Don't share blankets, please.
Always a set up.
Okay, and I'm on one side, so he's still on one side of the couch. I am. He put his feet. I said, "No more footsies. Don't have your feet touch mine."
Say, okay.
Keep your feet on. He's like, "This girl is tripping." No, I'm not tripping. I know my boundaries.
Y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, especially at people's houses, if you know how people have a couch on a love seat, I grabbed that love seat so quick.
He was on the love seat, but he came over trying to
up.
He was trying to set me up.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the corner so tight,
and you couldn't get to
it. And then he did the whole, I'm getting so sleepy.
Good night.
I said, "Okay." I kept watching the movie because I had never seen the movie, so I was just watching. I said, "Well, it look like you're getting tired. I'm about to get ready to go." "Yeah, I'm getting a little sleepy." I said, "Well, okay." I said, let me come and walk me out.
Yeah, that was set up.
Soon as I got home with Crystal, I got a text, "Belize." I mean, just my name. I said, "Oh, this is serious." I got a long message, y'all, this long, saying, I know you really like me. I really like you, but I can't do this. Like, I'm not ready for this. I feel like being around you is just not the best thing right now. I'm not in a good place. Like, literally, he cut me off. Like,
because he realized you were serious.
And he realized, okay, she's serious. Like, she's not going to be on this for real.
But you know what? I would rather have that.
It hurt, but it was so necessary.
I think we really got to get to a place that, especially people who are celibate or thinking about it, and not taking it as rejection, y'all.
I did.
It's a blessing.
Y'all. That was my first time ever dealing with that.
And I used to say it like that. But when somebody doesn't want to deal with you because they're celibate, that's one of the biggest blessings I can give you, because it's just saving you a whole bunch of trouble. Like, for you to be like, "You know what? I'm not really cool with this," and I would just rather not bring you into my foolishness and tell you.
And he did say that. And it hurt, though.
I'm not going to do, you don't want to have sex, that's great. But just because I'm not having sex with you. Like, I had guys tell me, like, "Yeah, that's cool. I respect you. I'm not going to try to sex with you. But I'm not okay with not having sex. Like, I'm going to have sex with somebody." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not okay with that. Like, this is like,
okay, are we in a relationship? You think that type of relationship we're going to be in?"
Like, I mean, I don't know what kind of girls you're used to dealing with, but I don't get down like that. Like, you can't just be like, "Okay, well, since we can't have sex, I'm just going to have sex with somebody else." Like, there's no surrogate sex partners. We're not going to do that. It's all or nothing. So, for me, I had to put it in the perspective of, if somebody wants to be with me, they have to be... Being with me means being celibate. If you're not ready to either already be in that lifestyle or make that conversion to that lifestyle, we have nothing to talk about.
No. He still don't talk to me to this day, y'all. It's so funny because at the end of the day, I still care about him dearly, y'all. Just in that short period of time.
But we learn how to love people from this.
Yeah, and I learned that I had to do the block delete. He ain't deleted, but he's blocked. Yeah, he go to church with us, so I can't block him. Plus, at the end of the day, I'm still responsible for him, which I kept saying I'm not responsible, but I am.
You're responsible for so many
We
people.
are responsible because he is my brother in Christ, so I'm still responsible for covering him. I'm still responsible for making sure if he don't come to church that I need to find out what's going on with him. And I'm still his accountability part, spite of, and I still know things that's going on with him that many people don't know. So I still have a little bit more weight on me because I was safe place. But I've been able, what I do, and I tell a lot of women, when you put in a situation where a person is not, especially if y'all in church, this is something to talk. If you're talking to somebody at church, y'all don't end up talking to each other because y'all don't agree upon what y'all supposed to believe in. Let's really be honest. Y'all don't agree upon. Pass him on to another brother. Let your brother, and thank God we have a brother, and we told our brother.
Awesome brother.
Yeah, and my brother is close with him, and I told my brother what was going on, and my brother's taking care of him, making sure he's fine, and making sure I tell him. He tell me like, oh, he's doing good. And I'm like, I still want to check up. I want to know what's going on with him, but my brother, I was like,
he's the middleman.
He needs to go to a man and deal with those things, and my brother's still like, no, you know, type thing. But at the end of the day, I had to give him to somebody who he needed to be with. I'm a distraction to a certain extent because at the end of the day, I am great, okay? And he acknowledged it, like, Dawn, you're a really good woman, and I need to get my ish together, you know. But at the end of the day, that's hard when you know you're still dibbling and dabbling and still working on some things, and you have temptation standing in your face. It's hard to move forward. It's like, I cannot work on myself with you there. And that's the same for us. Some of us cannot work on ourselves with a man in our face. It's just not at the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, your single season, Lord, it took me a long time. She's seen the struggle of me getting to this place. Understanding that your single season is designed for so many reasons. Like, and especially as women, I feel like we've been taught, we've been raised that being single is a curse.
Yeah, you're supposed to be married.
Horrible. You're supposed to be married. You're supposed to have a man. Somebody should want you. And if you're not with somebody, that means nobody wants you.
That's a lie.
And that's a lie from the pit straight from hell. Somebody always wants you.
Oh, yeah. They just know they can't come up here with nonsense.
Right. So we've been taught that, you know, there's something wrong with us if we're not in a relationship. And I feel like that's why we chase these relationships. Because it's not even our job, first of all. But
we're not the seekers.
Your single season, I'm learning that it's designed for you to walk in your purpose. And like, this is our purpose right here. What we're doing is...
I did it in my marriage, but I was single in my marriage, y'all. You're still single while you're married.
Right.
Okay.
And if that is not addressed while you're single, first of all, okay, so Bliss always tells me that marriage exposes your singleness. So me never being married...
I learned that from Michael Todd. Please watch Michael Todd.
He's great. He's very transparent.
We're going to meet him one day. I can't wait till we meet him.
If you see us right now.
We love you, Michael.
Hi. You're making an impact on so many lives right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really do. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's designed for you to walk in your purpose because God has so much stuff. Like, God, it took a while. People had to explain to me, like, God's purpose for my life was not for me to marry somebody. Yes, that may be incorporated.
Yeah, but it's stuff you got to do before you
But
get
He
there.
did not send me to this earth to get married. Like, that was like at the very, very bottom of the list of things for me to do. And that goes with children too. And I'm not saying don't love your children and they're not part of your purpose. Absolutely they are. You wouldn't have them if they weren't. But that's at the bottom of the totem pole of what He had me here for. He put me here to do something. And until that is done, it's like mission is not accomplished.
And I'll tell y'all also, when a person comes into your life, they're supposed to help you in the next level of where you're going in your purpose.
Right. And
if they're not helping you in your next level, they're purposeless.
Right. And that's what I was saying about relationships. It's a ship. It should be going to a destination.
Yeah. And most people's ships are sinking.
They're sinking.
Or they're anchored down with mess.
Right, and they're not moving. They're just sitting there.
They're just sitting there, and you wonder why, okay, I'm not growing, I'm not doing these things. I can tell y'all that in my marriage, whatever, we were moving in the beginning. Like, things was like, he supported me in this and all that stuff, and then I jumped off the boat. I'm a swimmer. I can swim, okay? I jumped off. I was like, this boat ain't going nowhere. It is anchored to the bottom of the ocean.
It might be the Titanic. It might not just been built right.
It wasn't built right. It hit something.
But because it wasn't built correctly, it hitting something damages it to the point where it sunk.
Oh yeah, truth be told. And
so that's where your foundation with people comes in, and that's where those boundaries are important, and that communication is important when you're talking to people, whether it be in a relationship or otherwise. Because if there's no foundation there and there's no purpose in it, then as soon as something, like, okay, realistically, like I always say, if those of you who watch my videos about me dating, if a guy can't handle me with herpes, then baby, we really have nothing to talk about. Because if you can't handle something this small, and I know people don't think of it as something small and minute, but how could you?
Your narcolepsy
possibly,
is 10 times worse than
I'm about to
herpes.
say my narcolepsy.
I deal with it all the time. I'm like, take your
medicine.
So take your medicine.
I was on my face today.
She be getting on my nerves. I'm not gonna lie.
Like my narcolepsy affects my life 10 times. So if you can't handle the fact that I have herpes, then you can't handle my narcolepsy. And if you can't handle narcolepsy, then God forbid a life-changing event happens to us during a relationship. Things happen to people all the time.
Car accidents are killers
get into car accidents and they lose their lives or they lose limbs.
And then they can never go back to work.
They become paralyzed. People acquire different disorders or diseases.
Over years.
People, whether it be cancer or dementia.
Not even that. You lose a family member.
It
take especially a parent.
Or a job.
Yeah.
And so if you can't handle me having herpes, how you gonna handle if one day I say, baby, I got fired today.
Yeah, and you was making a bulk of the money.
And I was making more money than them. Like, you can't handle that life event. Or, hey, we got an out-of-control child.
Oh, my God.
We have a teenager running rampant right now. They ain't listening to me. They ain't listening to you. Whoopings don't work. Timeouts don't work. Taking away the iPad don't work.
They running away from home.
Out here doing all kind of stuff. If you can't handle me saying, hey, I have herpes, or hey, I'm celibate, how you gonna deal with that?
Because that's a team effort. That's not something you cannot deal with loss of family, loss of jobs, those things are team effort. Even when you're dealing with it single, you have somebody with you in the midst of that. That is something you cannot deal with on your own.
Simple stuff. How are you gonna deal with temptation? You can't deal with me having herpes. How are you gonna deal with temptation? If somebody tries to sleep with you or comes against our marriage or gossips. Speaks ill will against us in our relationship, or people deal with I rebuke every thought of that right now, but mother-in-law issues and family drama and family secrets.
Oh my God, stuff you start learning after you get into the marriage.
There are things that and that's back to Michael Todd, who said there are things that you don't learn. You don't love people until you really in marriage. Things that love requires.
Love is unconditional.
It's real deal unconditional.
And it requires, number one, is patience. It's the first word that comes to pass.
And I don't know about y'all, but I have learned recently that I'm more like a conditional lover. Like, I used to be like, I'm an unconditional lover.
That's Jesus.
Lies. Jesus is the real unconditional lover. Because it's just some stuff you can't do to me.
You don't. Don't. Absolutely not. Absolutely
and
not.
me still be like, oh, I love you.
No. I do love you.
I love you with love Christ. But that's it.
But no, I'm walking because you're not going to damage me in the process.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's very vital that we take this singleness seriously. As women, we have to feel, you shouldn't feel, and this is something me and her have been dealing with, the lonely. Oh, I want someone.
Why? One of the things we recently learned is how to address your loneliness and figure out why you're lonely. Why do you feel lonely? What's the root of it? Mm-hmm.
And I ain't talking about, just because. No, it ain't nothing about that person.
It's got nothing to do with you being, like, why do you feel, what makes you feel lonely and why? Mm-hmm. Is it because you didn't get enough attention when you were a kid? Or is it because you feel like nobody loves you unless they're touching you?
Mm-hmm. Or what is your love language?
What is your love language? Do you know your love language?
Because some people, it's when you don't have any quality time or any physical touch, which, I mean, those two things are vital as human beings, period.
Anyway,
but if those are your main love language and you're not getting it, you're going to feel lonely.
Absolutely.
Off the rip.
So, like, those are yours. I'm about to say, those are my top two. So, like, and that even goes with your friendships, guys. It doesn't just have to be dating. So, like, Belize, as my friend knows, like, my love language is quality time. And I don't care
cut her off.
How I get, it will make me crumble.
Yeah, but it helped.
It helped, but like, but you did it in moderation.
Yeah.
Because you know that you're my friend, and because you know how I operate.
Because God loves you.
You know that you couldn't completely cut me off without me spazzing out.
No, God told me that.
Because I would crumble, and that's with any relationship I'm in.
I think the thing is you gotta learn it.
You have to learn it, and you have to also understand that person's love language. Like, with me, quality time is a big deal. I don't care if we talk on the phone or see each other face to face. Write me a letter, send me a card, shoot a freaking flare in the sky for all I care. Like, I don't care if you shoot a firecracker that says I'm alive. That is enough.
She's quick. She'd be the main person calling people talking about, are you alive?
Right.
Like, Crystal, stop calling randoms.
I need to know.
I mean, you talk calls for years and be like,
not
are you
heard
alive?
from you.
I'm
Are
like,
you okay?
Crystal, they
Show me
fine.
signs
Stop
of
calling
life.
people.
I had to learn. Just if I ain't heard from you from my time, you gotta go.
Yeah, but that's stuff you learn. But I just want us as women to just deal with this singleness thing. Like, at the end of the day, it is not the end of the world of you being single. Single is the best thing.
It's not a curse, y'all.
It's the best thing you can have at this time. You don't have to worry about nobody but self. This is a time where you should be doing your best work for Christ. I mean, your best work. And if half of us, if you don't know what your purpose is, what you dating for? I mean, truth be told,
they gotta come with some purpose too.
My whole thing is, if you don't know yours, how do you know his is compatible with yours?
Well, ladies, realistically, in marriage, we're designed to be a helpmeet, or what we call a helpmate. If you can't help him, if you can't help yourself,
you ain't doing yourself.
You're not doing yourself any justice. So how are you gonna come in? As women, we're very good at identifying people's purposes, and help. That's what we're help. We're helpers.
Do it for ourselves, though.
We like to nurture and cultivate things. We make things grow. Quickly? Yes. we throw some fertilizer on that thing. And how can you do that if you can't do it for yourself? I can't come over here and be like, hey, we're visionaries. We see the big picture. And a lot of times we like to date potential instead of purpose. We'll talk about that a whole nother day. But you can't help him with any potential period if you don't even know what your own is. And then on top of that, even if you do know his, it's like your purposes have to complement each other. Mm-hmm. So a relationship,
and they don't have to be perfect. They ain't got to be the same thing.
It doesn't have to be the same exact thing, but they have to make sense together. Like,
your marriage got to make sense.
Like, if I'm right, like if you're a carpenter, me being a baker,
no, it's fine.
It's fine. But what else?
Y'all ministry is together.
What else do I have? Yeah, like, so I'm trying to think of an example for that.
It's not really. It doesn't matter what your profession is.
It doesn't matter what your profession. It's about your.
It's the point in the middle.
Purpose. There has to be something that
their relationship got.
There has to be some commonality that brings the purpose together. You could be a carpenter and I can be a baker. Your profession has but what are we doing for God?
Yes, that's the most important part, because most Pharisees get married and they fail to do the God work. They do the profession work. They make sure their house is taken care of and the kids are taken care of, but never do the God work. And then they wonder why their marriage is still stagnant, or it's something that's not right. And they run like, what's not right? We're happy. We love each other. Sex is great. Communication is good, but we feel off.
But God is like, I made this to glorify me.
Yeah, and y'all not doing it.
So, real deal, y'all, transparent moment. I didn't want to do this. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't want to do none of this, honestly. Realistically, when God said, hey, tell the world you have herpes, I was like, psh.
Y'all know I don't did a video about that. I hate it.
Yeah. I'm about to say, you can go back and watch my videos. I was like, oh, you tried it. I will talk about anything you want to. Y'all know I have narcolepsy. I was like, I will tell the whole wide world that I'm a sleepy girl. Like, I'll write a song. I'll do.
She can sing, y'all. I always put on play. She hates it.
I hate when she does that. Don't ask me to sing. I'm not doing it.
That's what real singers say.
Okay. So it's not happening. Don't ask. But anyways, you know, through my whole point on. I was like, I'll tell the whole world that I have narcolepsy. I'll talk about God. I will talk about whatever you want me to talk about. But what you ain't gonna do is tell me to tell the whole world I have herpes. Clearly,
that was the point. What you always say you don't want to do is typically the main thing you have to do.
That's your purpose. That's what you need to do. Mm-hmm. If you sit there arguing with God about what you're supposed to be doing,
that's it.
That's it, right?
And that's the thing that you're scared to do. And it could be something so simple.
Because realistically, celibacy, herpes didn't scare me as much. I was just like, I'm gonna tell everybody, yay! And then I realized how much it scared me after I started doing it.
Yeah, we started doing it. It started to scare you.
But when it came to celibacy, how long have I been saying we were gonna have these videos done? It's been a while. And there have been like full-blown meltdown moments and tears.
But that was preparing her to get here. And I feel like sometimes, and we'll want to talk about that as well, if you know you need to share that. And you know you're supposed to be doing something, sharing something, ladies. If whatever's in your signal, if that's supposed to be telling something and you're scared to tell it, we're going to talk about that in our next video of how to get to that point of finally deciding to, I'm just going to jump. If I bust my head while I'm going down, just know I got a parachute.
Discovering and jumping into your purpose.
Yeah,
we're
going to talk about that. And that's what we're going to talk about in the next, because that goes hand in hand with single. As we talked about all the things with dating, we told y'all about, boundaries and, making sure you're picking a good accountability. But now this single thing is vital. What are you doing? What are you going to do in this? Like, it's something to do. Herpes is not the end of the world. You're not going to die. Your life is still going. You're still got to go to work. Them bills keep coming. Them kids keep crying. That man keep bugging. Like, at the end of the day.
Celibacy is not the end of your life either.
No.
Like, okay, you didn't have sex today. Your bill is still due on the 1st. What you gonna do about it? Because I'm sorry, but getting off for 15 minutes is not gonna pay your mortgage.
Only if you're a prostitute.
Unless you're a prostitute.
Or a sugar baby.
We'll talk about that another day. Let's be a sugar baby, y'all. So, but realistically, it's not going to meet the needs. Unless you're in that container.
If you're in that container.
Unless you're in that container.
Yeah, if you're in that
it's
container.
It's not going
or profession.
Or in that profession. It's not going to be the end all be
Which
all.
Most of y'all are not. So
and I mean, for those who are, we're gonna talk.
Yeah, it's time to talk about it.
It's time to talk.
So
we're opening up the floodgates, y'all. It's coming.
So the next video is going to be about purpose. So what's the question, Crystal? Crystal always get a good question.
You didn't give me a chance. No. You should just talk something in my head. Okay, so my question about purpose too.
Good.
First thing is, we already told them how it's important to find your purpose. Mm-hmm. How did you find your purpose? Mm-hmm. And what did you do to start walking in it?
Okay, good questions, y'all. I can answer those with ease. Okay, so
we're gonna answer those when we come back.
We're gonna come back. So make sure you watch the last videos. If you got this video right in the middle, make sure you watch the whole video. I know these videos are like 30 minutes. It does not matter. They are vital, and you're gonna hear something.
And they're information pack. I know we're like spitting a lot of information on y'all at one time, but there's a reason.
And make sure you share it. Please share it with somebody.
Like, click, share.
Who needs these videos, because at the end of the day, it's time to be transparent. It's time to be honest. And it's time to hear from us. Like, at the end of the day, y'all know I serve African American women. It's time for us to hear from us.
And with the celibacy, it's also time for us to hear from those of us who are in the middle of it. I think, like, for me, the biggest thing was, one of the biggest reasons for doing it is because I found that when searching for things being celibate, I couldn't find anybody who was actually in the middle of the process.
No, because most
everybody was like engaged or married and like, we used to be like this, but you're not showing me. You're showing me the end result on the.
I don't want the end.
I want the nitty gritty, dirty, grimy stuff that I'm going through right now that makes me feel crazy.
Yeah, and feel like you're not doing it.
And feel like I'm not doing it right. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm here. That's why we're here. So we love you guys.
And we'll be back.
Talk to you soon.